Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am the Budgeting SD, and today we are going to be doing a cash stuffing for my second paycheck of February, everything that is left over after I paid off my expenses or put money towards my expenses. So everything left that is going to be able to go to my sinking funds and savings here. And then also I decided to just tack on my tax return stuffing onto this video because I only got back, well, I got back $148 technically, and then to do like the filing fees that were all involved with like doing it online with a company and everything, I was only left with almost half of that, $78. So it's not a lot of money, so I just decided to tack that onto this video today, because it wasn't going to be a very extra exciting video. So from my full-time income, or my normal income, let's say that, like I said, I ended up making $15.85 on my paycheck. I do have a variable income for those of you that don't know, so I have to kind of wait, and I get paid bi-weekly, so I have to wait and see what I actually ended up getting paid to figure out all the numbers. But I do kind of do like a plan of what I hope to budget, and then go off of that. But yeah, so if you take the $925 that I put towards my expenses out of that, you get $660 remaining. And then for cash tips, I did get $130, which actually, let me show you that real quick. I have it right over here. I am doing something kind of special with my cash tips, so we will go over that here in a minute. But yeah, this is the only real cash I'll be stuffing today. For those of you that don't know, I am a cash stuffer for the most part, other than my cash tips. So everything that you see in the tray up here right now is prop money that will essentially be in the bank. So yes, and then so from cash tips we have $130, and then cash back that I get from spending on my credit cards and then paying them off, I earned $18 this pay period, so that gives me a total of $808. And then here is the page I made for my tax refund. I got 98 federal, 50 state, which is that $148. Again, though, up here I took out the $70 for the filing fees, so we will just be stuffing this $78 into my savings. It's actually what we'll be stuffing today. So 78 plus the 808 should give us 886 if I've done my math correctly. So I'm gonna go back up here, and we will give this cash account, or these bills account, and make sure that that's what we have here. But yes, I am currently counting my cash tips towards my digital funds, and like I said, I'll talk about that more when we get to me stuffing those. But anyways, this should be 886, 1, 2, 3, 400, 55, 56, 5700, 20, 40, 60, 800, 8, 20, 30, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, and 86. So we do have $886 here. So what we are going to do is I'm going to start in my savings, and I'm going to stuff for both my full-time income and that tax refund at the same time. I put them on two separate pages. I don't even know why, honestly, now. I probably should have just kept them on one, but going down here to my savings section, which will go into my expenses and savings binder for that. We are just stuffing rainy day and savings. Rainy day, I'm currently doing this savings challenge right up here from Simply Budgeted. I have everybody that I've ever bought things from that you see in my videos always linked down below, by the way. But I'm doing this Fueled by Caffeine and Anxiety little savings challenge from her to get this fund back up to the $1,500 I had it at last year before I bought a new mattress. So This one I made every coffee cup $75 because you multiply that by the amount there are here, that gets you $1,500. So from my full-time income today, I'm adding $150, which is 2 of these coffee cups. So I'll color 2 of those in for that. And then for my tax refund, as soon as I saw that I was going to be left over with 78, I was like, I have to put another 75 towards this challenge. So we are doing that and filling in a 3rd coffee cup for today. So we are halfway done with this challenge, you guys, in February, at the end of February, when we started in January. So that is so exciting. And the way that I broke up the denominations to stuff that in here was 150 for my full-time paycheck, so 150, and then 75 for this one, so 50, 70, and 5. All right, so now we should have 750 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 57, 20, 45, and 50. 750. So yes, it was definitely my goal to finish this challenge as fast as I possibly could, because this is essentially part of my emergency savings. So it's definitely my goal to finish this as quickly as I could, but being halfway done with this in February is mind-boggling to me. Anyways, moving along to my savings. So same story here. I'm doing a savings challenge for this one, this $500 savings challenge right here. But for this, we are stuffing whatever was left on my full-time income paycheck, which was $3, which would bring us up to 76. And then we are also stuffing those $3 that are left over from my tax refund. But what I'm actually going to do is stuff it as 6 instead of 2 3s, just because I've already stuffed a 3 before and I haven't stuffed a 6. So I'm going to cross off this one right here that I see. And then that just saves us 2 on not having to have a million bills, and we're just stuffing that as a 5 and a 1. And we should now have $79 in here. 20, 40, 50, 65, 75, 77, 8, and 9. 79 in here. The goal for this one is just to complete it by the end of the year. So this one I'm taking much slower, because we just want that 500 by the end of the year to make my very first own contribution to my Roth IRA, which I will actually talk about here for a second. So that completes my tax refund stuffing essentially. But I want to talk about my Roth IRA for a second, because I did put in here the correct updated number for that. And I'm going to start counting how much is actually in there instead of just leaving it at 500 a month. That's what I was doing before, because that 500 is what a family member of mine contributed to open that account. And for a while there, with the COVID screwing up like the numbers in the stock market and all that kind of stuff, it really was not gaining very much money, and it was actually sometimes losing money. So I wasn't counting it there for a while, because I just, number one, didn't really want to bother with it, and number two, didn't want to see when it was like going down and whatnot. But I checked at the beginning of January just out of curiosity, and it was over $600. Now we're at $624 in there. So I'm just going to start counting that here, just for the heck of it. But yeah, just so you know, I'm not ever like adding currently money into this account. But that's what that is. And I don't have an envelope for it, because I don't, like I said, stuff it every month right now. Though that is definitely a goal of mine for the future. So that is it for all of our savings for today. So the rest of the stuffing will all be going into my sinking funds, which will start in my long-term sinking funds binder as always. All right, and annual bills is just getting its normal $5 today. It now has 10, 15, and 20. Business, same exact thing. It's getting 5. It should now also have 20, 10, 15, and 20. Okay, car is getting 10 today, and you will see this get unstuffed in my next video, which is my unstuffing. Oh, and by the way, I did buy new placeholders from Minimalistic Budgets. Again, always linked down below, because I knew I was going to need a bunch more of these. And she has these fully funded ones where you can write in the amount. So I put in one of these for $2,000 because that is how much I saved last year for new car startup costs that I knew I was going to have this year. So just to save myself one placeholder instead of having to have two 1,000s in here, I put that one in here, but we will be unstuffing from this in my next video. So 2,000, 20, 30, and 40 though is in there right now. Okay, and then home is also a savings challenge. This is a $5,000 savings challenge though, also from Minimalistic Budget. And this is only getting 25 today. I'm gonna cross off this first one I see here, because we are already over our goal essentially for this one. So that's just getting a 20 and a 5. Because our goal was to only be at 1,600 in here this month, and even with this 25, we're at 1,610. So I had some other things I wanted to stuff, so this one kind of got put on the back burner this time around a little bit. But this now has 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 54, 55, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 95, 600, 1,605, 10. 1,610 is now in home. Okay, medical is getting 10 today, our last 10, I guess. And that now has 1, 2, 3, 20, 30, 40, 340. And this is not just, if anybody's like curious, this is not for like a medical emergency. That would be what my emergency fund would be for. This is for like regular, like expected co-pays and stuff like that. Yeah. Pet care is for a future pet. It's getting 50 today. So it now has 100, 250, 300 in there. The goal is 1,500 in here by the end of the year. So that if next year I'd like to get a new pet, I can. And travel's been getting stuffed a lot lately because I am really hoping to go on a potentially big trip this summer. Nothing is planned out super concrete yet, but anyways, trip, which is like how you get to your destination, flights, gas, whatever, has 500 currently. Food has 250, and miscellaneous, which is like spending money, that kind of thing, has 250. So this whole 250 is going here into stay, which is, you know, for like accommodations, hotel, lodging of any sort, wherever you're going. So now that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 500. So 500 in trip, 500 in stay is 1,000. 250 in misc is 1,250. Wait, what did I say? 250 in food is 1,250, plus the 250 in misc is 1,500. Now in travel, which is so exciting. I think I might be able to get up to 2,500 though by the middle of the year, I think is my goal. And then just, if I don't actually end up using all that, then I'll let that roll over and calm down on my stuffing that one for a while. Because yeah, we won't be stuffing that. The amount we'll be stuffing monthly into travel is going down next month because of some new expenses. And last but not least, we'll finish off in my short-term sinking funds binder here, which most of these categories are just getting their minimums today. So adventures is getting 5, 50, 70, 85, 95 now and there. This is like just for fun stuff I want to do. I really need to do something soon. Clothing is getting its normal 20 plus 150, which is 170. Today, because I am pre-stuffing for an expense that I know is going to come out of here, my next done stuffing. It was kind of an unexpected thing, but I knew I was going to have this stuffing, and I knew I was going to have more than enough money for all my minimums, so I knew I could have the money in here when it actually came time to pay my credit card off. So 152, 220, and 230 now in clothing. There's actually 2 expenses coming out of here technically, but okay. Giving is getting its usual 20. It now has 50, 70, 90, and 100. This is for giving of any kind to anybody that I would like. Holidays is getting its normal 5. It now has 50, 65, and 70. Household is getting its normal 5 as well. I spend out of this one a little bit more often, so it just has 5 and 10 now. This doesn't tend to build up as much as some of the other ones. Miscellaneous is getting its normal 20. This is basically for like a backup personal spending money that I can do some more saving in for bigger purchases. I am hoping to buy a bike here soon, so that's the main next thing that's going to come out of here. 1, 2, 50, 70, 90, 305 now in miscellaneous, which I think hopefully should be enough already for that. We'll see. I gotta actually go and look around. And then pamper is getting its normal 50, 70, and 5 today. So it now has 50, 70, 90, 105, and 10. 110 for pamper, which is for like massages, facials, pedicures, haircuts, all that kind of thing. All right, so that concludes the stuffing for today in terms of going into the categories I wanted to go into. We will now stuff that real cash from my cash tips into my little cash savings binder. Okay, so I have the cash right here, the 130, 20, 40, 60, 81, 10, 25, and 30. And we're going to put this all in the cash tray here to stuff. If you're curious, because this is going to end up working out to be perfectly my goal for in here, which is 400. This binder is meant to save, if you save exactly what each envelope says, it saves you 200. I plan to do that twice over to get 400 because that is how much I pay my family that I live with in rent every month, and they prefer to get it in cash if possible. So every time I save up $400 in cash tips or get $400 in cash tips, that's going to go to them for my rent. So what I'm currently doing is just stuffing it into my other categories and then stuffing the amount that I would. It equals itself out because then I don't account for anything in the bank for my rent, if that makes any sense. But yes, with this 130 today, we will have the full 400 in here. Unfortunately, it did not work out perfectly to where I got that 130. I got 125 in cash tips last week. So I was $5 off, and I happened to get another cash tip, like technically into my next paycheck. But I was just like, screw it. I am giving myself the $5 so I can stuff the full 400 today because this is the last paycheck of February. So if I don't have the 400 in here by the end of this paycheck, I essentially won't have it until past time to give them the rent. So we just moved that $5 over so that we can stuff it today. And I will go right to where I have my bookmark for this one $15 one in the middle that hasn't been stuffed yet, and then all the rest of the ones I need to stuff are in the back. So again, because we're trying to stuff double the amount in here to reach 400, we're stuffing 15 times 2, which is 30. So a 20 and a 10 are going in there. And then flipping all the way to the back here, Next is a 5, and we're going to do 2 5s for that to equal 10. Another 15 is going to be another 30, a 20 and a 10. And then last but not least is a 30 times 2 is 60, 20, 40, 60. I did also kind of switch my denominations around a little bit, but and I don't even know if I'm going to bother checking these rest of these ones off here, because that fully completes this binder for the first time. So exciting. So yeah, all this cash is going to go to my family. And the $400 that is essentially in my bank that was supposed to go to rent is going to go to make up for the fact that this is all here in cash instead. Again, if that makes any sense. So you guys let me know if in my unstuffing next week, if you guys, my next video is going to be in my unstuffing and my like sinking funds update cash condensing video. You guys let me know if you really want to see me unstuff all this cash and count it in that video, because if you do, I will definitely do that. If not, I'll just unstuff this off camera and give it to them. So let me know what you guys would prefer seeing there. But I think that concludes this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please give it a like if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already for more content exactly like this. Like I said, stay tuned for my next week's video. It's going to be a good one. And with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and your week until I see you again. And I will see you guys later.